Hello everybody, this is Brand Joseph and we're going to be talking about how to pass the Part 107 FAA drone exam. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers, so please, if you can hit that subscribe button, that will be awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna just basically hit 4 points on how I passed the Part 107 FAA drone exam, and it's pretty straightforward. So that's the good news for anybody who's worried about how to pass it. It's pretty straightforward. So let me jump right into one of my bullet points I have. One of the biggest bullet points I have is most important thing is to read. One of the books to read is Read the Remote Pilot Small Unmanned Aircraft Systems Study Guide. That book is really good for when you're trying to learn, especially if you're starting from, especially if you're one of those, or if you're listening to me right now and you're trying to, if you haven't studied anything right now, so if it's pretty new to you, I would definitely recommend just start reading. Read this book, because this book will teach you how to read TAFs, METARs, how to go over like all the different things the FAA really wants you to know. So that knowing that will help you to know what questions they're going to ask you, or at least what you should generally know. So at least that if you don't know a question, like what was happening to me during the test, or you've never seen this question before, at least you have some kind of idea of how to answer that question. So I would definitely recommend to read the Remote Pilot Small Unmanned Aircraft Systems Study Guide. So now let me jump to my second bullet point. Another book to read is I have this one bullet point here that says read and get familiar with the Airman Knowledge Testing Supplement for sports pilots, recreational pilots, remote pilots, and private pilots book. The reason why I recommend this book is this is the exact book they're going to give you on the test. So it's definitely something that you want to at least get familiar with, because this book, you're going to have it during the test and you want to know which figures, what page has this figure, and what's on this page, and what METARs or TAFs they might have call out in figure 15. That's an example. Like you want to get familiar with that book. So because this is an exact book that you're going to be bringing to the test. So if you're studying, I would definitely recommend having this book next to you, so you already can train and get familiar with it. So when you're on the at the test, the testing facility, then you're already accustomed to having that book with you. So I definitely recommend that. My third bullet point is I highly recommend going to the 3DR drone practice tests page. 3DR was awesome. They give us a little page on all of us drone pilots that's about to take a test. They give us a little page where I think it's about like 120 questions, practice questions that the FAA would most likely have on their tests. So you can actually go through that 120 questions and just have an idea of what they might ask you, or what they might, when they might actually ask you. Because some people were more luckier than me, but out of the 60 questions, I would say I probably ran into 10 of them that I know that was exactly from that practice test, and I'll probably say another 5 was kind of similar to what I practiced on that 3DR practice test. But still, a lot of other people said that majority of what the practice test was that 3DR drone practice test, was from that 3DR drone practice test. So I would definitely highly recommend that. And also, in addition to that, I recommend I'm just typing into YouTube. Also some people that might have done a longer video on doing a study guide on they actually went through each one of those questions in the practice test. I can't remember some of those YouTubers off the top of my head, but those of them who have this very long video, and they're breaking down each question. I definitely recommend looking into that, so at least you can get familiar with that. But the whole hope is that you would read the Remote Pilot Small Unmanned Aircraft Systems and be familiar with that Airman Knowledge Testing and Supplement for sports pilots, recreational pilots, remote pilots, and private pilot, so that you already at least have a foundation, so that you might not need that, but just in case, you can at least watch those other longer videos. But Better to be safe than sorry. Okay, now last bullet point I have is the federal drone registration study guide with study questions. I did pay like $200 for this little study for this little study guide from federal drone registration. It was pretty good because it's good for those who are like if you want to start from scratch, because if you pay, when you pay the $200 for federal drone registration study guide, they give you this study guide. They give you these the videos to watch. I think it's from like 1 to 10 chapters, and then you can watch all these videos, and then at the end of each section, they give you, and each chapter they give you these this practice test, and then you take your little practice test. And then after you're finished with all the sections, then you have I think 2 more practice tests. Oh, sorry, 3 more practice tests, and then you have an actual like physical exam in addition to that. So they have a lot of questions. I think 300 plus practice test questions that they had on federal drone registration. So I definitely recommend that because it actually teaches you from start to finish. Like if you completely did not know what was going on, this would be perfect for you. So it will actually teach you start to finish, and I think those guys over there are pretty good. I'm not sponsored by them, but I did use them, and I was really impressed. So I would definitely recommend that. So that's all for my little how to pass the Part 107 FAA drone exam. Guys, do not worry. I mean, if I could pass it, you could definitely pass it. So I definitely recommend going out there and taking it, especially if you are going to fly commercially. So definitely go take that exam. Actually, you have to take it if you're gonna fly commercially. So I'll definitely recommend taking it. Don't worry, it's gonna be awesome. If you're about to take it, or you're going to take it already, don't worry. Don't stress out about it. Everything will be okay. And then as long as you do these 4 tips, everything will be perfect. So, all right, this is Brand Joseph. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on Vironair. I really appreciate it. If you like this content, there's gonna be more content like this. So please hit that subscribe button. I cannot thank you guys enough. So I will see you guys next time. Peace.